my phone. Yeah, Malcolm needs to get called back. Yo, Michael. What you saying, man? You good? I am, man. I'm not gonna lie, I am.
Just started, but it's okay. Literally bang on recorded.
Man read the situation, I love that.
A few moments later.
Let's go see how this goes. Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, and if we go.
I'm just smiling because
Yeah, same. It's me. So I think as soon as you go in, the first thing I do is reach for a beer, and we're just looking at each other going, okay, cool.
like,
But
every time you talk, I'm just gonna be here smiling.
okay,
so, yeah.
so that's probably the worst intro into a podcast ever. But you know what? First timers, you get used to it. Like smiling wave. So yeah, let's go from here. So this is blood, sweat, and coaching. And it's between myself, Dev, and
Nick.
And we are here basically to start a discussion, start a group, start a following, start whatever you want. Purely talking about grassroots coaching. From football to tennis to athletics to any kind of sport really, where you are at that level with young kids, old kids, all kinds. And everyone has them stories. People have them questions, and getting another person's opinion, thoughts on it, can be massively helpful for a coach. I don't know if you want to add to that anyway.
Yeah, I mean, also, if you're a coach that's watching this, I also want you to kind of use this as like your kind of platform to vent, because obviously there's lots of other blogs and support network for other areas of businesses, so to speak, but there isn't a voice for coaches, and you know, we have to deal with a lot. We have to deal with, you know, tantrums.
We're gonna get to them later, boy.
We have to deal with adults. We have to deal with so much things. And I just want this platform for you guys to be able to just vent what you're feeling inside. Was your day good? Was your day bad? Did you have any stories that might change the game or anything like that? We want to know.
And you always know, right? If you ever do a coaching session, it's always better to have someone else. Like it's always, that's kind of why when we both started talking about this idea of blood, sweat and coaching, we were like, there's no grassroots out there. There's no real stories. You hear all these famous players and you hear all these old school coaches going for their 4-4-2 tactics. And don't get me wrong, fantastic to hear if you're into that. But what we noticed is there's no one saying like actually the blood that you see on a kid falling over or the sweat that you have to put into to get a session up and running. And it encompasses in every sport.
That's it.
No matter what level you are, it has been encompassed in that kind of, you're there, and if you had someone else to chat to about it, or a second opinion, or someone's go, you know what, right, I had this kind of day today, bang, and you vent. And then we can come back and chat about these stories and talk about your behavioural methods and things like that. And I think for us, like, that is kind of why we're here. And that's why we're like, as I said, it's so casual. Like, we're drinking a beer. It's like coming after work, right, and having a beer and just relaxing and talking to someone about your day. And I think there's so many young coaches, even like 16, 17, 18-year-old coaches who have so many stories. And then you have your old boy coaches, like your 50-year-old, 60-year-olds with their stories about what they did. And I think to collate it all together is such a decent thing to do.
Yeah, I mean, I think you've hit the nail on the head, man, in terms of what we're trying to do. I think just one point that you made about, like I said, everyone that's out there that's got a platform for coaches, always trying to show how good they are, do you know what I'm saying? Which, you know, credit to you guys, man. But honestly, I know that same coach has had a chaotic experience. That
4-year-olds running around,
easily get brushed under the carpet. Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm sure the best coaches in the world has had like their chaotic time, their mishaps, their crazy story.
Whoever you are in the world, if you're telling me you've never had a bad session or a session that hasn't gone to plan, then you ain't a coach.
That's it
right now.
And that's it. And on top of that, my thing is, if you don't make mistakes, that means you're not trying. So it's
a really old school like
that's the way I look at it. So
like it.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not perfect. I've had my fair share of you know, shitty sessions.
The ones where you just go,
children that are just not, you know, just not been nice to me and nice to the...
And how you dealt with it and you ended the
so
it's all of it.
yeah, so obviously today we're obviously just kind of just introducing
Saying hello.
ourselves and just saying hello and just showing you what we do. Like I said, we're not like anything top level in terms of coaching either. We're just here.
We're trying to say we're like you guys.
Yeah, we're just trying to be like you
we
guys,
have a good
like,
session, we walk home and go, yeah, cool, cheers
That
for
is
coaching.
literally it.
You turn up to a session, there's no stuff, and you got 30 kids sitting there going, what are we doing today? And then you're like, hey, okay, let's think on our feet and let's deal with it. So that's what it's about, just relatable stuff. So going from there, I think we should do a little introduction to ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I don't want us to be like bang straight into stories when you actually don't know anything about us. Because I think for us to say who we are, so when you're hollering at us saying what you're doing, who you are, I think there'll be a relatability there.
Of course.
So go on, you can take the stage this one.
Well, I'm currently jobless right now. Yes, the life of coaching
Off the bat!
does lead to unemployment at some stage. But I'm all good, you know, big things are in the pipeline. Obviously,
Like this, he needs this to bang.
This is in the pipeline. Also, I do coach our under 16s team, which is basically my life at the minute until I find something in the future. I've also just started my own sports coaching company, which is basically based around the mental and social development of children. Obviously, we have loads of coaching companies out there really doing loads of activities for children, just basically developing them technically and developing them as athletes, so to speak. But I'm more of a person-centered approach, and I believe that sport can actually shape an individual and make them a better person, and on top of that, develop a mindset for them to actually want to achieve whatever it is in life, not just in sport, but you know, I believe I can equip a child with the mindset to become a lawyer, to become a doctor.
I love how that's the coaching that goes back to what it used to be.
And that's what it is.
Because it's now turned into every kid has to be a child superstar.
Yeah, and I don't believe in that.
Completely.
I honestly don't. And obviously,
that's why I think me and Hughes linked up on this, because we're on that same vibe.
Exactly, and I think for me to have come up with that discovery, I needed the experience. Do you understand? Because although I've had this underlying passion for football all my life, when I started coaching, I was always searching for that. Why is it that I actually want to coach, that kind of thing? And obviously, as the years have gone by and I've coached many children with different abilities and, you know, and stuff like that, I've realized that I just want to help develop a person. Do you understand? Because I see how I've developed, you know, through coaching and playing sport. And I just want people to develop the same way, to become more confident, more resilient, and, you know.
I like it.
So
Good philosophy, I like it.
over to you.
So as I said, my name is Dev. I've been coaching for a while now. Like, I'm 27, probably been coaching since about 17. Like I said, when you first started coaching, it was PE, GCSE, and like year, I don't know, like 11. They sent you to a primary school to do like a little bit of coursework and do something like that. And that kind of got me interested. I play, like I said, I like to play football, but what led me into coaching was that moment where I said this to Nick before, where you look around your Astro or your football pitch and you're looking at these people who are messing around, but they're balling out. Like, they're doing tricks, they're nutmegging you, they're like dancing around you, and you're looking and going, hey, I could go and train for the next 10 years away. Nick, for example, I've seen him play. Like, I could train for 10 years and I ain't catching him.
Though, I give you credit, because you know people that actually didn't make it as footballers yet.
Here you go.
You know what they're gonna say, right? They're gonna be like, I done up my knee, or
So you're blessing me because I said I was not good enough.
For
We'll try
Arsenal, do you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna come out and say all of that stuff. I think I am good at football. My personal thing is, I just never got the platform to show.
Oh, okay. You're that guy. No one saw you.
You know what I'm saying? No one saw what I can do.
Any scouts out there?
You're late. You're too late. Don't be calling us. You're late. You're too late.
Could be Jamie Vardy, innit? Like that late entry into the game.
Mate, Jamie Vardy, give me a call, man. Like, you need to tell me how you done it. Like,
yeah. So that's him trying to name drop himself into the Premier League.
I don't give up.
But
That's one thing.
he's sorry, you never got there, but he's best. but yeah. So I was gonna say I was never that kid who was good at football, but I just love football. Like, I was that kid who would go and go. I was that kid who would go in defence, or like I'll never be like your main man, but I love football. So then I worked out that you'll probably find out one day through this that I quite like talking. So I quite like shouting. That's my thing. Is like if I'm trying to talk to someone that's far away, I'm happy to shout. Like if I'm trying to talk to you over there, I'll probably shout. If I'm talking to Nick, I'll probably shout him at some point today. But I put that together with football, and it ended up being coaching. And that's why I started coaching quite young years and learning my thing through there, and kind of going that way around it. And that's how I got into coaching. I've been coaching since then. I've worked for loads of different companies, some in schools, some good, some bad. I was like Nick, I was jobless for a little bit, literally a week. And then lucky for me, I fell into self-employed, bounce back hard, a hard back bounce. And I bounced back, and I'm now self-employed with my mate Dan. Really good lad. We run something called First School Football, and it's basically kind of what he's trying to do as well, and that's kind of where we kind of link it up and matching over, is where our football is just fun. Like we don't do matches on weekends. All we do is coaching, but we do coaching through everyone mixing together, like social, like as he said, mental stuff, like having fun. If you fall over and you get upset, that's absolutely fine. But what do you do next? Do you get upset? Do you get angry? Or do you get up, breathe, brush yourself and go, okay, actually, I'm actually okay. And same as your older kids who don't normally play with like 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, are training. A 4-year-old's got to jump on your back and you got to race with them. That builds a social connection, and that builds a friendship that it might not happen again in the next month, but 2 months down the line, that kid will see that kid and go, oh, can you pass me that ball? Another social connection. And it builds and builds and builds. And that's all we try to do. We don't want to turn your kids into Ronaldos or, I don't know, I was going to say Wayne Rooney's, but I don't know why Wayne Rooney comes to my mind. I guess he's okay.
He's up there.
He's up there, I guess.
He's up there. It takes that kid that has that, okay, he's enjoying the football now, he's really having fun, but because he enjoys it so much, he's going to really push himself and challenge himself to actually want to do more. Because he's in an environment where, well, okay, if I make mistakes, you know, Devin's not going to get at me, or the other coaches ain't going to get at me. So that kid is continuously trying to make himself better. Yeah. And before you know it, like I said, I'm so sure that at some stage you're gonna develop a world-class footballer just by that
environment.
Just from them being in that environment where football is not a job to them, and it shouldn't be a job.
That is such a key point. I like that.
I'm saying it's not a job. It's a thing where you're trying to develop the person.
Yeah. Before the skill.
Exactly. And on top of that, they're having fun. They're enjoying it. And they're in an environment where there's coaches who think alike as well. So I'm totally supporting what you do. And
exactly.
Guys, if you ever want to find out what Devs does, his company is called First Goal Football. Hope I said that right.
Yeah, you nailed it, bro. Do you want to name drop your company quickly?
Google it. Mine is called Growth Sports. Okay, but by next week, hopefully we'll have some more content for you.
We'll try and drop it in the description below.
Yeah, what I'll do next week, I'll drop like a little logo on the bottom right or the bottom left of the screen.
Oh,
so you know.
Oh, I'm gonna do that.
And yeah, you should do it. Honestly, man.
This man knows no technology. He doesn't know what camera he's going on right now.
I don't even know if we're recording. Right now. So
all we see is a red button and goes, that's good.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what we're going for.
Hence why I never pursued the media side of things. You know?
Nah, we're good. So that's kind of a little bit about us. A little bit about what we are trying to do on the podcast. As I said, so this is going to be going on YouTube. So there's going to be some visual stuff. Because don't get me wrong, if you're sat in the office and you're like listening to something that's good, but if you're like me, a bit of a laid back worker, and you can have YouTube on while working, that I'm more of a visual person.
He doesn't even know it.
Hey, that's why we're self-employed.
That's exactly why we are coaches, like, because we are just not office men, man. I've sat in an office with him, and I've always sat there and wondered. I know he's probably wondering the same thing about me. Is like, what is this guy actually doing?
Headphones in with YouTube, I'll tell you right now.
I know for a fact I ain't doing much. Do you know what I mean?
If you give any coach a bit of time to themselves, I promise you right now, they're not working.
All they're doing is watching combination videos of Neymar or Eden Hazard or some shit like that. Like,
that's literally it though. Like,
that's what I'm doing.
If you give a coach a bit of time to go, you know what, right, there's a bit of work to do. The coach will do it in 10 minutes. The job that's meant to take an hour, they'll do it in 10 minutes and then sit there for the rest of the 50 minutes doing nothing. Because people in the office, right, they give you 9 to 5 to do a job.
Yeah.
I reckon with some of the work, that job can be done in like an hour.
Yeah,
2 hours.
definitely.
And then you have 4 hours. But all they do is they sit there and spread it through the day. That's their 9 to 5.
Yeah, and then I'm sure of it because, like I said, I have mates that work in office jobs, and they're constantly messaging me throughout the day. I'm looking at them thinking I have an excuse. Like I'm a coach.
Yeah.
Like,
I've got a bit of spare time here and there.
I get that spare time throughout the day, but you
have none.
You have sales.
You have a job to do.
That's what I'm saying. You have sales to make, phone calls to make, emails to send.
You don't have the reason.
I'm worried about your job security right now because of your behaviour.
Your boss looking like get off the phone.
I'm gonna say anyway. I'm gonna.
That's a whole nother day. That's a whole nother episode.
I don't wanna be dry switching on my players.
No.
I'm trying to keep.
We've just started. Let's not get closed down. We're not getting closed down to it.
It worked.
We aren't closing ourselves down yet. Not yet. Anyway. We're first episode in. So as I said, we kind of explain what we're gonna do and what we're about in ourselves. We kind of want to open up the first episode, right, to just what our lives have been like coaching.
Yeah.
Because I think that's a really good foundation to build on. Because then they're gonna see kind of the highest of what we've done, like the really good stuff that we've loved, like your kids who give you a card, your kids who bring you stuff, your random kids who couldn't catch a ball at some stage, and they catch a ball and you see them and go, that is literally amazing. Because for them, it's like winning the lottery. For them, that's huge. Then your other point, which I'll start with my story, because I'm doing summer camp. So I said to Nick, I'll show you this. So I'm doing summer camp, so I look like a little bit tanned right now. I'm liking the golden brown, all that kind of stuff.
Looks good.
But as a coach, the t-shirt tan is the realest thing any coach will have.
I say you should whip it out.
I'm with it. Right? This is the bag. So it's zoomed in on at some point, right? But my t-shirt, I say this is all golden brown, right? Big fan, golden brown. Look on the camera. Look at that definition. Look at that little camera.
That's fucked.
That is absolute. I didn't realise it was that bad. That's on both arms as well.
That is crazy.
That is going to be the profile for this. The main picture. That is absolutely horrendous.
I mean,
but
I prefer that though than winter coaching, man. Winter coaching is
rain. Kids look at you like I don't want to be here.
Yeah. Literally, I think kids literally know that I don't want to be there during the winter.
Genuine point there as well.
They know it. They see my thing. Obviously, I want to be there. Otherwise, I won't be there. But it's me having to stand while you lot all running around, sweating around. I'm just looking at you thinking, boy, do I wish I was 10 years old, 11 years. I'm just I'm
gonna stand under this tree and be like,
that's what I'm saying. So I'm continuing. Sorry about your t-shirt tan.
Chips, okay, let's get back to that, Chips.
I'm already not looking forward to the winter.
Bro, I'll tell you right now. So this is the t-shirt tan from summer camp. So I'm quite lucky we do summer camps all through summer, and it's lovely and fun because you do a summer camp for any other coach that you do. Realistically, if you join in the summer camp, you have a good summer camp. If you think that you're too good for the summer camp or you don't belong at the summer camp and you sit there and don't join in, it is going to be a long 5-6 hours for you. That's my top tip for summer camps. If you're doing summer camp, be a big kid, run around with them, have fun, and you realise the time goes a lot better because the kids love you, they play with you more, they talk to you more, and you have a much better camp. Top tip for summer camps. But the foundation I'm going to set for you guys is this kind of story. This was 3 days ago, right? So I've been coaching for God knows how long. This story is from 3 days ago. I took 2 kids to the toilet in the school. So we're outside on the field, took them into the secondary school to use the toilet facilities, okay? Secondary school facilities are quite big, I guess. I didn't clock this. They were like 4 to 5 year old, 2 4 to 5 year olds, in we go, job done. They're in there, toilet, whatever, they come out maybe like a minute later, right? So I'm like, cool, everything good. As we're walking out, he goes, oh, we didn't wash our hands. But he doesn't stop walking. He keeps walking like he's good, right? So I'm walking going, oh, what did you wash your hands for? Like thinking, okay, we need to go back, right? Walking. He goes, oh, I couldn't reach the sink and the button wasn't working. I couldn't push it down. And I was like, oh no, did you use the soap? He was like, oh no, there was no soap either. And I was like, okay, so you didn't wash your hands, right? It's fine. We'll get back. I'll pour some on your hands.
Some people do this, by the way. They don't admit it, but I've seen people come toilets and not wash their hands.
Yeah, agreed, right? So at this point, right, they're 4 to 5. I'm thinking we'll go back. to the field. I'll get my water ball, spray it on their hands, rub it together, have a good time. Before we get back, as we're strolling along, he, after telling me the soap's not working, goes, but don't worry, Dev. We spat on our hands and cleaned them. And I am looking at this kid like,
what?
Let's take a few steps back. Pardon?
Wow.
And he goes, yeah, it's good. Like we spat on our hands over the sink, rubbed them together. Look, they're nice and clean. And I was looking at this kid like, this is it. This is.
And I'm not gonna lie. If that was me, I'd be like, you're not touching me.
Don't touch me.
Like,
you best believe I was like,
if you made plans to touch me, cancel it. Cancel it.
we're not holding hands on the way back.
That's what I'm saying.
We're
like,
keeping a meter distance.
That's what I'm saying. Keeping it at
So
distance.
it
Don't
was just like
today,
walking back, wash his hands.
If I don't score, so that I don't have to high five you.
We're not hugging, we're not picking you up. We're not doing that until we get you vaccinated.
Do not do anything good today, like.
But that's what I mean, right? And so going back, wash his hands, he had a good day. But it's one of them things that kids don't think anything about. That kid looked at me confident as anything and said, don't worry, Deb, we spat on our hands and cleaned them. And he was good with that. And the worst thing is, so was his mate. They were both good with it. They were both cool. And that is coaching. That is something. I know for some people like, no, like coaching is getting the right drills and learning. That is part of it.
It is.
And I think that's such an undone thing of it. Like, you get told weird things by kids.
It's having to tell kids that kind of thing is unacceptable, even though in your mind you think that they should already know this. But that's what it is, guys. I'm telling you for a fact.
Just look at them going, yeah,
like,
mate,
this year. I know this has happened to somebody here that's watching now. Something of that ilk has happened to me. Something even more disgusting, I bet, has happened.
100%.
Do you understand? So this
the things though, you are not at that point equipped to deal with that situation.
No.
Because normally you're not sat down in a safe place being told by this kid so you can calmly answer the question.
Yeah.
It is normally mid-session, you're walking somewhere, you're in transition, another kid's chatting to you, but it bang. And you're like, okay, let's deal with it, and let's keep going. Because you're not going to the kid, you can't react to the kid going, because you can't. You physically can't.
Yeah.
Like, because first of all, you're an adult, you're better than that. And then secondly, like, you don't want to upset the kid, because the kid in the kid's head hasn't done anything wrong.
That's it.
He hasn't done it to annoy
That's
you.
it.
He hasn't done it to be disgusting. In his head, he's actually probably thought, I've done what I've been asked to do.
And that's it.
I wash my hands. I just use spit instead of water. And it's kind of like just next time, just let me know, bro. I'll press the water, I'll press it.
Next time, maybe just use some water and salt.
Yeah, that's what I mean. And
but again, then this is what I talk about.
3 days ago, by the way.
And this is why, like I said, this is why for me it's so important that when I coach, I focus on the actual development of a child, because end of the day, like, sport, especially football, it's such an emotional sport, like, do you understand? So even me, like, I play five-a-side with some guys, and you know, I know for a fact that even grown men, including myself, like, we react emotionally negative,
100%.
like, even over a
100%.
goal being scored, and we're only playing five-a-side, like, and I'm there thinking to myself, like, this is exactly what I teach children here, like, how to control themselves. So I'm subconsciously thinking, do you know what, Nick, don't react, keep playing, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And like, you almost
weird
wonder,
that coaching teaches you.
Yeah, it almost teaches me how to behave myself, kind of thing. Like, and I feel like I keep saying this, man. Like, I say it to my sisters, to my sister, to my friends. I feel like coaching has not made me soft in a bad way, but I feel like it has, because it's definitely made me more understanding, more
referees and players and coaches.
I'm more of a
100%.
mediator to certain problems now, you know, whereas
not
fight. Yeah, like, so I definitely feel that character change within me since I've started coaching. And I feel like this is gonna lead to one of my coaching stories, one of my favorite coaching stories. Like, it's very different to Dev's, and the reason why I call this my favorite story, because that day made me realize, this is what I need. This is what I'm gonna be doing for the rest of my life. I'm gonna be coaching, influencing young people. So this was my first coaching job. I'm talking my first ever coaching job. I was volunteering for again an under 16s team.
Volunteer work. I tell you, as a coach, do it. It sounds nice, but do it.
So I remember the first few weeks, like I was constantly doubting myself, constantly overthinking every session that I'd done with the team. And you know, the guy that I was coaching with always kept reassuring me. He's like, yeah, the boys like you, don't worry. So the guy gave me the opportunity to run the whole training session that day. I'm talking about a month in.
Jeez.
And so it was, for me, it was big pressure.
Huge.
I know to an experienced coach now, even myself thinking about it, it's just like, it's nothing. But at the time, like, I was shit scared, like, do you know what I mean? But I've done the session and that, and this team had good players. I'm talking players that I felt could have played at a higher standard if they were just pushed a little bit more. But I remember this guy, man, he was definitely the best player, very quiet. This guy don't talk, literally, but he talks with his feet, literally, like, so
like
good.
Like it.
So done this training session, and the session flowed really nicely, and I was actually quite proud of myself. And this kid that don't talk, don't say nothing, even the coach that I was the manager of the team even always warned me about this guy's like, yeah, this guy won't show any emotion, he won't say hi to you, nothing. He's come up to me and goes, Nick, do you know what, yeah? That was probably my favourite session ever being
That's
there.
so
Like,
big,
he's just
boy.
like, thank you very
That's
much
huge.
for that. And I was just like, you know, my heart melted.
Yeah, I'm with
I was
you.
just like, obviously I had to kind of play it cool. I was just like, I'll play it
High five,
you know,
do that.
that was nice, man. I do the shit every day. Like, but honestly, yeah.
He's like, he walks away, he's blushing, bro.
That day, yeah, like when I got home, like I don't think that kid knew how much he done for me and my confidence as a coach, because that day, like I think that day I decided myself, yeah, I'm gonna go all in on this. I'm gonna make sure that with this coach thing, I'm gonna become like the best that I can be. Because, like I say, when you get validation from from good players,
yeah, the things you haven't gone and asked for it.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't ask for it.
You weren't expecting.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so you see when like guys like Ibrahimovic talk highly about Mourinho and Rooney's talking high about Van Gaal, for example, it's just like, I bet you Mourinho and Van Gaal are sitting there thinking, do you know what?
Yeah, hats off. Like that.
Thanks for that, man, because you guys are actually top players, man. You lot don't need me to improve you, kind of thing. But you still value my input as a coach. And like I said, man, I know one of you has had that moment in your coaching career that if you ever had doubts as to what you was doing, and you've just had that session or that moment where you're just like, do you know what? I am in the right business. I am doing the right job, and what I am doing is good. I think everyone needs that moment.
Yeah, I think like,
like everyone needs
it can come from so many different sources. as well. Like, so we have a lot of parents who come, and we do kids versus adults at the start of our session. So like we have a big game versus kids versus adults, because once again a social side of it where kids play that with their dads, their mums, their uncle or aunties, things like that.
Yeah.
Load of fun. And at the end of the session, you'll get a dad or a mum be like, do you know what, my kid's never done that.
Yeah.
Like so we have like 4-year-olds, we take them as young as like confident 3-4-year-olds, and they'll come, but my son's never sat through an entire session before.
Yeah.
Or my son's never scored a goal before, he just scored with you. And look at his little face.
Yeah.
And they'll like say thank you for that. And you haven't gone out there trying to show off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You haven't gone out there
That's
and
what
you
I'm
haven't
saying.
gone, I'm going to make sure everyone watches how good I'm coaching. You just do you, and you do your coaching, and you do your style, and then it hits.
And like I said, man, I think as well, like I think when people can actually see, I don't know how this comes off, how I portray this, and I don't know how you portray it, because I've never actually seen you coach. Maybe I've seen you in snippets.
Yeah.
But you know when you coach from the heart, when you do things from the heart, anything that you do from the heart, people will see that. People will somehow gravitate.
That sound, it sounds so corny.
Yeah.
And it sounds like Aladdin.
I can show you the world.
It sounds like Disney.
It does.
Take me your heart.
It really does. Like,
But
I'm not trying to get all soppy in front of you
It is
guys.
bang on passion.
But it is, and that's what it is. It's passion, and I think that day, like,
You can't sell passion. You
I
can't
realized that
make up passion. You
know what I
have
mean?
passion, like it comes through.
Yeah, so it kind of made me think back, to the session itself when that kid told me that I done. Because like I said, I didn't do anything spectacular in terms of drills. I was only a level 1 coach at the time as well. But it's the passion, it was the work that
vibe.
went into
My keyword's vibe.
that session. Do you understand? Like I said, I prepared as much as I could. But I think what sets how I kind of coach, everyone kind of sees my passion when I coach. So everything that I say and do is honest. Do you know what I mean?
I like
Probably the most honest I am. And
You think my buzz?
do you know what I'm saying?
My buzz, I always just
am.
gotta pipe in and say honesty.
When I'm coaching, like, I feel like that is everything that you need to know about me as a person. Not that you won't get to know me as we do these podcasts, but everything you need to know about me as a person. Come and watch me play football, or come and watch me coach, because you will see everything. You see the majority of me when I'm not in those scenarios, but when I'm in those scenarios, you see everything. You see anger, sadness, happiness. You see everything in literally in the space of 2 hours.
That's dope. That's dope. I like that.
Do you know what I'm saying? So I think you know, that's what we're trying to do with this podcast. We're just trying to connect with people, like-minded people, like yourself.
Honesty, actually honesty. Like, and I'll tell you right now, if you're honest to parents and you're honest to kids, they relate to a lot more. If a kid's had a bad session, and you go and go, oh, don't worry, you'll be better next week.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If you know that kid needs to be told right there and then, you have I was gonna use a bit more serious words, but you have not had a good session. You need to leave and think about what you have done here today. And you need to be honest with them. You can't let them leave thinking, oh, I got away with that a little bit. Because you come back, guess what they're going to do next week? They're going to get away with a little bit. And it's going to keep going and going and going. And honestly, with parents, kids, friends, coaches, and being like, you know what, like that sucked. And 16-year-olds, we're going to get into that in the future podcast, but being honest with them and not dancing around the situation because they're kids. If you're like 4, 5, 6, 7 stern words and stern, simple words, yes. But older kids, you need to be like, are you okay? Like, is there something going on that you talk to me about? Like, if not, like, we need to work out what's going on here.
Ask. it's so important, you know, especially, like I said, I know working with younger children, you don't get that many emotional issues, even though you do, but with older people as well, you get a lot of emotional issues, a lot of, like, you know, things that they're going through. So it's just important to ask, and this is why I keep saying, like, when it comes to coaching, like, you're responsible for so much more than just trying to develop somebody to become better at football or whatever. You're responsible for them as a person, because that there is their interest. That's something that they actually want to do. Like, it's not like maths or English where they have to do it. Football, tennis, like, this is something that a child or a young person has decided for themselves that they want to take part in. So it's very, very important that you're coaching things like confidence, making them feel open and honest about their own problems, because with that, they're then able to seek the right help, and then we're then able to obviously help them in the right way. Do you understand? So, guys, if you're coaching, try and get to know them as a person. It's so important.
So with that as well, like, I love saying, if you see a kid with a new pair of shoes, new haircut, a bow in their hair, say, nice shoes, nice haircut, you have a nice bow in your hair. Like, I know a little girl that comes to my thing every day, and she jumps at me and says, hello, whatever. And if she's wearing like a brand new, I don't know, let's say her mum bought her a Barcelona socks. I'm like, oh, what? Like, I was going to say her name, sorry. Amazing. Your socks or your shoes or your shorts, you look amazing in them.
You're building their confidence.
And that's exactly, so these type of bits are like, yeah, look at these shorts on me. And then 16-year-olds, like, if a guy like, have a crossbar session and go against them. If they beat you, like, yeah, fair play, you beat me, and back it up.
That's
like,
it.
It's stuff like that. And that's the honesty. Because if you're a coach that turns up 5 minutes before the session, you leave 5 minutes after the session, the kids are gonna know. And that's always been my thing. Like, I always get somewhere early, and I tend to always leave late or take the session over, and I end up being late. Like, my friends hate me because I'm late. Like, my girlfriend, I long at her life all the time, and it's truly because I had to do this because I want to make sure it's finished on a good note.
Yeah, it's important.
And it's finished on a session. Like, you know what?
It's important.
You, my friend, are a legend from it. And it's that kid in that little moment for you. It might be a cool walk off, I'm done, session done. But that little kid remembers it. And I think that's kind of what we'll get into as we're going through more and more of what we're getting into and a few more stories. Like, it gets there. And the kids really do it. Like, I've literally, like, this wasn't even placed here, I'm not even lying to you. But, because it looks like a bare place there. But I literally saw this, right? Bare place there, right? So, this is what I mean. I swear. This was just in the room, bruv. It wasn't meant for this. But this is a little thing, right? So from year 4s in one of my schools, look, that, all sticky notes on it. All because I would come in on a few days where I wasn't meant to go in. And I would stay with him at lunchtime. Best shout at lunchtime. I'll go to a sports day with him. And it's just things like that, right? Where instead of sitting in the office watching YouTube, I've gone, have a bit of free time. I can stay an extra half an hour after the session just to mess around at lunchtime. Or I can go sit with them at the dinner hall. Or I can join in their PE lesson. And I think like, just for doing that, for you, an extra half an hour of your day, asking an extra question at the end of the day, saying well done, talking about Sky Sports News, that little bit more than just coaching. That's kind of like the blood and sweat part of the coaching. It isn't ever just coaching, and it's never just the injured side of it. It's never just the hard work you put in. It's all of it. And once you put it all together, like you're kind of you will see it by yourself. You will see it.
Yeah.
And I think that's just from years of coaching. That's like my way of doing it. Is it's not going the extra mile. You don't have to go the extra mile for every single kid.
Yeah.
Going the extra 10 meters, right? For some kids, it's enough. Like I was getting to another favourite story of mine. Is I had a kid who was in a school in London, in like the South Kensington area, the West Brompton area, so close to there really, and he would talk to me about his life, and he was so fast, like rapid, like whip it, like bang, gone. If I was in the school like in year 4,
Yeah.
right?
Don't you just love that though when
Like,
you see kids like
and they
this
love
fast
it, and they love it.
good
And
at
all they've
something.
got straight line,
Like,
winning. They can't stop.
Like,
Can't
you just
stop.
want to Mino Raiola them, just become their agent or something. It's
I'll sign you to run 100
yeah,
meters. Usain Bolt.
Whatever you do in your career, just
Let me know.
Just keep me in
Just
the
name
loop.
drop, name
you know what I'm saying? And,
He was right,
I'm an agent.
and he's a really nice kid. Like, player, look at you be signed. Now an agent.
I'm an agent.
He's gonna be viral when it is.
My job role will change a lot in this podcast, just so you know.
He's gonna be like a bridesmaid.
Yeah.
Like, I end up with a job as a bridesmaid. Loving life.
Next week you'll see me with some farm again. Like, yeah, just done a bit of
Bring a
farming.
cow
you
in,
know,
bring a
you know
cow.
what I'm saying? Like, we've actually got animals in this.
There's a cat roaming around the house somewhere. So
I'm saying.
you'll see it. They'll be in the podcast at some point. But yeah, and this kid was like, like I love running, but I don't know any clubs. And I was like, okay, I can find your club. And then he said to me, like I haven't got enough. But it was like I haven't got money to join a club. And I was like, okay, that's kind of deep, because at the end of the day, like they want to run, but financially it's not always possible. So with that, I said to them, 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes. Went inside on my phone, Googled running clubs, free area. Don't get me wrong, some were like 5 miles away, but there was like 2 or 3 that were like a mile away or a mile and a half away. Came back, little bit of paper with the names on, telephone numbers, website, gave it to him, buzzed. He came back to me next week going, Dev, I started running for a club.
Swear.
And it's that. It sounds mad, but it is that.
It's that, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, I don't think people understand how that melts your heart.
100%.
Like,
It doesn't, and it
like,
comes down to that at the end of the day, where you're like, you know what, I'm so happy for you.
Yeah.
So happy.
I'm happy for the kid. I never even met him. I
That's
actually
right.
want to meet him now.
That's
Just,
right. He's been running.
just to
How
make
many
sure
years
he's
ago?
still
That's like
running.
3 years ago. So pretty maybe at 7 now.
I hope he's running still.
Agreed.
Right.
Because that's what you want to do at the end of the day.
I really
So
hope.
these been really good stories at the end of the day. And don't get me wrong, we all have a good story. Have you got any
Bad stories, like.
or like this bit like a gore? I've got a few. Like
You know what?
it's a bit weird, my one.
I just thought of this story actually, and although, yeah, like, I don't want to mention no kids' names and stuff.
Yeah,
like
no
that,
name, no
but
names.
obviously, this story, do you know what? I learned a lot from this whole period, this story.
Always
so basically,
key part of all this learning.
So before I started working in schools like that, I was just like, how am I gonna gain experience to actually be able to be employed by a school or something like that? So I was like, do you know what? I knew somebody that was working for an after-school club as a play worker. I was like, okay, I'll do it. You know, it's a few hours. Play working is not my kind of thing, but it was a chance for me to work with young children. This was alongside me working with the under 16s, but I'd never worked with anyone under the age of 11, so I needed that.
Yeah, of course.
So obviously I got there, you know, it was nice for them because there was no guys working there. I was the only male there.
Peace.
And all the boys loved it, all the young boys loved it because there was somebody that was going to go play football with them, that was at least always gonna bring out a ball and that. Do you know what I'm saying? Even so, basically,
You were the guy when you walked in, basically. You were like the guy.
yeah. Even though I had no experience working with children, my behaviour management was poor at that point. Everything was a learning experience at that point. So anyway, so I get to so one day we're going to work and the manager was like, no football. I was just like, why no football? She was like, yeah, the kid I don't want no football. She didn't even give me a proper reason, like no one had done anything wrong or nothing like that. So so one of my colleagues at the time, she was like, yeah, she don't think it's right not having football available for the children. I was just like, yeah, I was outraged, you know what I'm saying? I put myself in those little kids' shoes that day, and I was outraged. Like, that's not right. So so what happened was I bought out a ball anyway. I found it from another area of the school so that my manager couldn't see. So I found the ball and was like, guys, look, listen, yeah, you know, this lady said that we can't play football. But I'm the guy. We're gonna play football.
I am the captain now.
you know that means that our behaviour has to be even better than it is usually. Like 100% behaviour has to be on point. You know, when we're kicking the ball, there was a thing with the balls always being kicked over, and I think that was the reason why she didn't want any football. So this kid, he was messing about. Do you know what? It was such a long time ago. I can't even remember what he had done, but I said to him, "You can't play. You can't play." Like, he's just like, "Fine, I'm gonna go tell the manager." I was just like, when I was thinking,
Snitches get stitches.
And you know what? Yeah, I was just like, cool. So he went and told, so then the manager come out, was all playing football. She was like, oh, you kids go inside. And then obviously, who was going to get the bollocking? Me. So obviously, I don't look at this I don't look at what I done as a bad thing. I'm just, look, as an after school club, they've spent all day being told what to do by teachers and stuff like that. Let them play football, because they're only going to get picked up to go home anyway and sit at home, eat dinner and go bed. Let them play football. Do you know what I mean? So
lifestyle of a kid, guys.
Yeah. So like, but do you know what? Yeah, I wasn't even angry with the manager. I was angry with the kid, because I was just like, wait. So I put my neck on the line for you.
That.
Yeah, and then because I told you that you can't play for 5 minutes, yeah, you're gonna go inside,
ruin it for everyone,
and ruin it for everyone.
You'll get there. Them kids exist.
And I'm not gonna lie. Although he's a kid, yeah.
I know it is.
I was just like, you see that behaviour there, yeah, that's not good. You shouldn't grow up with that kind of attitude, because
one day someone's gonna bop you in the head.
You're gonna make a lot of enemies behaving like that. And the thing is, I didn't say it to him on the day, I said it to him the next day. Because I ain't gonna lie, like, I was still quite new to the whole school thing, so I was pissed off with the kid. Like, I
went home and thought about that.
Yeah, I kind of held, not a grudge, but I was just like, you know what, I ain't talking to you. Like,
the most childish geezer. I told you to smoke. Nah, I'm not having that.
Do you know what? I'm gonna ignore you. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna ignore you.
I bet there's coaches all over the world that have done that, right? I've gone in the next day into school, PE teacher gone.
Standard.
Nah, that kid ain't getting nothing. That kid ain't getting picked first. That kid's back of the line.
No high five. He ain't getting nothing. Like
that is a fucking heart.
The next day I went up to him. I was like, what's going on? Like why'd you throw me under the bus like that? He's just like, oh, because you said, listen, yeah, let me tell you something.
I'm gonna send you out again and again and again, and you ain't gonna do that again.
If you act like that, then I'm gonna, it's my job, I'm gonna have to send you out. Do you understand?
Honestly.
But what you gotta understand is, yeah, that if you behave like that, do you know what I'm saying? Especially amongst men, your fellow men ain't gonna be happy with you. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, so. Listen, what I'm going to teach you this is that you get your punishment, you take it like a man.
Yeah, you sit and go in 5 minutes.
And you sit there in silence and think about what you've done. You don't then go and snitch on the person that has your back.
Yeah.
Like,
who's just let you play
that's what I'm saying.
You're snitching on the person who's let you play football.
And then after you've done that 5 minutes, you're going to want to go play football, only for you to find out
that you're not allowed to
Play
play
football.
football because
As kids don't clock that. How old is this kid?
I think this kid was in year 4 at the time. So like I said, he gets the benefit of the doubt. Because
You
he's
know
young.
what they're doing though.
He's young, but I think it was a calculated move. I can tell because this kid was like he's like that.
Kid like
He can do. He has the ability to do things like that. He can be a bit spiteful.
Yeah.
Do you understand? And that was a spiteful move. And I told
he's that kid who will go and do something.
Yeah, and
then his mate will go and do it, and they'll tell him his mate and be like, "Hey, look at that guy."
I told him about that behavior. I told him that there. Look, I don't look at it in the context of them at that age now. I look at it that behavior in the future. I showed them how that behavior, if I done that as an adult, how it would affect me, because consequences for an adult are obviously a lot more severe. Do you understand that? So I'm trying to show him that look, that behaviour is not gonna get you far.
Big thing for year 4s and year 5s and year 6s because they relate to that. You say you're gonna do that in year 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
You won't be a teacher having a conversation with you about it.
Do you know
it
what I
could
mean?
be another kid from another place going
again,
ain't ending that way.
Do you understand? So these are things, that I like to teach children. It's not necessary. I think that would be a great way to teach, teamwork in that sense, and having to be loyal to your team.
Take 2 steps back to take a few steps forward.
You have to be loyal to your teammates.
Take an L and then get a dub.
Yeah, and although obviously it was probably the right thing for him to do, to tell.
Still trying back and no, it wasn't.
But
like an idiot.
Yeah, I think, like I said, and that's why, like I said, you said earlier, it's very important that when you work with children, that you're honest with them.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Obviously.
And be honest with yourself. Like, if you know that kids. Like that.
Yeah.
Like, don't try and butter it up to make you feel better. Just be like, you know what, that kid either doesn't like the session, doesn't like what's going on, or it's just that kind of kid. Because you, as an adult, you meet these kind of people, and you might just not like them.
Yeah.
I'm not lying to you. It's the same with kids.
Yeah.
No matter, I don't like people. Probably get like that go viral. Like this guy hates kids or blah blah blah. Or he's saying you can't like all kids.
It's not.
But at the end of the day, like
it's not.
Some kids you're gonna get. Some kids you're just not gonna understand why they do things.
Yeah, it's like I will never look at a kid and say I don't like you, but I will look at a kid and say, I wonder what your parents are like. Because
or what has led you to make that decision?
Because like I said, if a kid acts like that, really arsey, for example, I'm really gonna look at your parent kind of different.
Like what? Because you must be getting the behaviour is a learned behaviour. He must be gaining something from it.
And that's what I'm saying. It is a learned behaviour, and it's something, and it's learned from somebody in their environment.
Agreed.
Do you understand? So that person to me,
we're getting deep into kid psychology there.
Just what I'm saying. That parent, that person to me is the parents. Do you understand? Obviously, it's different for different kinds of children, whether you're from a middle class background, a working class, do you know what I'm saying? Everyone's circumstances are different. But when I looked at this kid, fairly privileged, not that many worries, for his age, that kind of thing. So I was just like, you're just a spoiled kid. That's what you are, and you don't get your own way.
And do you know how many people people when you say to someone that kid's kind of spoiled, right? People sometimes string you up by a tree, and go, "What are you saying?"
Yeah.
And I think nowadays you can't. At grassroots, I don't care what you say. Coaches, in your life, you've looked at a kid and gone, "That kid is spoiled."
Yeah.
Because he's reacted to something you've done.
Yeah.
And the only way he has or she has got to that action has been through they have learned it.
Yeah.
Through being at home and a parent, maybe it could be a grandma, granddad, not throwing you guys under the bus, but at some point that kid has done something and you've gone, that's acceptable. That's okay. Keep doing that. And the kid has brought it into your scenario where it's not acceptable and it's not okay. And you have gone to the people and gone, that kid at home is clearly being given things or shown things that they shouldn't be shown or given.
I'm not just talking about, kissing up to the teacher. I'm talking about your relationships with others, your relationship with your peers, your relationship with your teachers, and your relationship with your coaches. It's so important because, like I said, these are all little things that shaping your child to become an adult at the end of the day. So, like I said, that story of that kid, I don't blame him necessarily as such, but I just blame I blame his environment a little bit.
Nature versus nurture.
Yeah, so
big argument. I'm a big fan of that.
But again, he was a kid that I didn't have many issues with. It was just that one time, and you know what? I kind of sensed it. I knew it was gonna happen because I'd seen little things from him already.
Get that kind of way.
Do you know what I mean? So it didn't surprise me, but at the same time, I learned that, do you know what? The first thing I'm gonna be with children when I start working with them is firm. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just like they need to know who's boss before you start giving them.
My answer to this is, right, the best teachers you'll ever meet, right, I swear down, were strict.
Yeah.
Your mommy is a twit. You'll chop those off before school tomorrow, or I will come around. But! But! Did you say but? Erythro. What? Definitely. I'll give you but.
Right? But they were strict, but they were two things. They were fair, or they were a good person.
Yeah.
Right? And secondary school, 100%. Because if you're a nice person, right, so let's say you're a nice, oh, I hope you're okay, oh, I don't hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
And then when you try and be strict, they don't listen.
That's what I'm saying.
And that's a very key point, right? Which is, if you're so my version of coaching, I think we're quite similar in that sense, is I'd rather be known as a strict coach who can be on the level, who can be decent, who can be fair, than a really nice coach, we love him lots, but has no control of the class.
Yeah. End of the day, I always say business is business. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to take care of your business.
Am I looking to be their friend? Am I looking to be a coach?
No, that's what I'm saying. We're all here as coaches, friends.
If you can find the boundary, if you can find that boundary with the 16-year-olds, grand, have that. Cause it kind of helps.
Yeah, because obviously when I train 16-year-olds, it's different for me training them as young because I'm now looking at that 16-year-old and thinking, how can I really develop this person? He's gonna leave school soon. He might not want to go to college. He might want to go straight to work. That's what I'm saying. So how can I help him? In that sense,
or how can I get there? Like, how can I ready him? Even like if it's even if it's a 0.5% better chance or better readiness or better mindset going in, you probably never know about it.
And that's it.
But you put it there to be hit or swung.
So there is that need to be a little bit more honest with him, a little bit more firm with him when you have to be, or a little bit
more jokey and a little bit more battery when you need to go that way.
Exactly. There is that. So it's all about, like I said, getting to know the people that you're actually coaching, understand what makes them tick, blah blah blah.
Definitely with the youngers though, you be a firm coach.
But with the younger, especially anyone under the age of 11, be firm. The first time you meet them, don't even let them know that you have the ability to smile.
Exactly.
They shouldn't know that you can smile. They need to know that you're some kind of Voldemort with no. Do you understand?
No nose.
And then once you get 2-3 sessions, they understand. Then you can start smiling. The
best thing about this, right, is that this is what me and him have been doing. Right? If you do not agree with it, right, absolutely fine. But don't sit there and get aggy behind a phone or whatever. Let us know. Like, we want to read our emails. Like, we have like some monitors set up, right? So, for example, if we ever do when we get there, tweeting, you can tweet us and we can read the tweets off the screen. We can read your emails off the screen, and we can talk to you right there and then about it.
And make sure you do.
And I think, right, me and him, we have our opinions on coaching and we have our stories on coaching, but we aren't saying this is right. We are just two coaches talking about what works for us and what we do. And I think that's a key part. Like, don't think this is not a lecture. This is me and him sat having a beer chatting. And we would chat about this in a pub, walking down the road and just about stuff. And it's that kind of vibe we want. We don't want you guys going, oh, you said this about a kid, you said that about a kid, that's wrong, that's blah, blah. Let us know your opinion, but we are not saying this is the be all and end all of how to coach. And this is the scars, the stuff we've gone through to get to our mindset and our opinions where we are right now. And when you guys can come and holler at us.
Exactly. And you know what? Me and Dev, I'm sure you agree with this, but I'm sure we like to think of ourselves as forward-thinking coaches. So the only way I know how to be a forward thinker is about learning. I don't look at myself right now and think I am the finished product as a coach.
Agreed. You know,
But,
I think you never are. I think you're never the best coach.
I think one of the reasons why we've done this as well is just so that we can learn from other coaches.
Didn't think of that. That's so clever.
You know, one of the things somebody might be watching with that's ready to give us some form of insight, some form of wisdom. And you're just like, do you know what?
Bang.
That person was right.
I'm gonna bring it in.
Do you know what I'm saying? Let's do it. Let's discuss it. You know, so guys, anyone that's watching and you disagree or even agree with what we're saying, hopefully more agrees than disagrees.
But I read it slate. Imagine 5 emails.
Honestly, if you disagree, then please email us, tweet us, and then we can obviously discuss it. And then, you know, we can always agree to disagree, or we can be like, we hear what you're saying. Do you know what I'm saying?
And then you get rid of it on our podcast.
Yeah.
When we become millionaires, bro.
That's what I'm saying. So yeah. Also, like I said, I think. I don't know if you wanted to kind of introduce this part, but obviously we're going to be bringing in guests from time to time.
Good shout. I literally, that slipped my mind completely. So in this, I'm going to call it office. We are going to be fitting in guests. Yeah. So these guests are going to be from anywhere and everywhere, any sport, any level. Jose Mourinho could be here next week. It could be Douglas from Hillingdon FC coming to talk to us. It could be a 17-year-old who's just learned how to coach in a school for his first time, bang. And we will let you know when the episode is going live and what they're going to be doing and who they are, and then we'll go from there. So I think that's a really good point about it will be anyone, everyone. And as I said,
that's it. So
if you live in London as well, give us a little drop of email if you want to come down and talk to us.
I don't want you to think that every week is just going to be us two here just.
But I'll tell you what, I don't know. I know a lot of coaches, but they are busy, bro.
Yes, so am I. But to be fair, like I said, you know, this is exactly why you need to reach out to us. You know what I'm saying? As much as we would like to reach out to you guys, obviously we don't have the means to contact you guys individually. So it's always important.
Yeah,
we're the kind of people, we're chilled, we're relaxed, we love people. So we're very much, anyone that's got something substantial for us, holler at us. And obviously this is not just a platform for us, it's a platform for you.
Do your bit. So I said that leads me into our next bit, which is how to contact us. So we've just set up all our social medias. So we have our Twitter, which is BSC Podcasts, so at BSC Podcasts. This video will be going on our YouTube, which is once again at BSC Podcasts or Blood, Sweat and Coaching. So if you type Blood, Sweat and Coaching, hopefully our channel should pop up. So all of these things will be going into the subscribe button, or not subscribe button, the information box below. If you're on Spotify or listening on one of them things, once again, just give us a follow, subscribe. We'll be releasing every Monday. Now the reason we're releasing every Monday is because Monday, on the way to coaching, on the way to work, listen to us and be like, you know what, I'm starting a Monday coaching. It probably isn't as bad as the stuff they've done, or it isn't as bad as your worst day.
That's it. So,
and I think that's the key behind it.
I think what would be great, I've literally just thought of this now, and feel free to disagree with me.
Do your thing.
But I think at the end of every episode, we should just, you know, give our fellow coaches a little bit of advice, one worded, one line, advice, you know,
finish it off.
Just to finish it off.
Well, you better be going first because you just landed this.
I'm gonna go first, and I'm gonna keep mine very, 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 very simple. And mine is, whatever coaching session you do, in fact, whatever it is that you do in life, just be yourself. And I'm not really gonna add too much to that. Be yourself, you know, in your work, in your relationships, in anything that you do, but especially coaching. That's what we're here for. We're here, like I said, I can go deep, especially.
I can tell.
This is actually why we might have to cancel the beers for the next podcast. Honestly, like,
hey, welcome to 2 Drinking. He's had a big bottle of Corona and it's over.
I was hoping that you weren't gonna mention that. But now you know.
Do the hashtag 2 bottle Nick on the screen safe.
Now you know the very dark secret about me. Basically,
I'm really shit with alcohol, so
that's why we do it though. So we get to this stage where by the end of the podcast, we're all depressed.
That's it.
Thanks, Nick.
That's it. So, but guys, yeah, man, always be yourself. Be the best that you can be. You know, be confident in what you do. And
so I'm gonna cut off and be like, just be honest, bruv. Like, just kind of say what he's saying. This week, whatever you're doing, go be honest with football, be honest with coaching, be honest with yourself, and just look at it and go, is it the way I want it to go? And if it's not, do you control it? If you control it, be honest about it and go change it. Because if you're happy or being honest about it, it might not be the best situation you're left in, but I promise you right now, if you're honest about it, it'll probably be better for you. So that's Devin Nick's wise words at the end of Blood, Sweat and Coaching.
Guys,
it's been emotional. I don't know how it's going to come across.
Yeah.
But first one, history made, Blood, Sweat and Coaching, guys. Cheers for everything, Nicola. It's been a pleasure, bro.
Guys, thank you guys for watching, man. It's much
all
love.
10 viewers.
You know, much love, peace, love, and what's the third word after peace and love? Like,
Blood, Sweat and Coaching.
Guys, we leave it at that, man.
Same.
See you later, man.
Peace.
Much love, much love.